2021, new year, new you, new me, new jazz. I'm going to show you a 10-minute mobility session focusing on the hips and hamstrings. Something useful to have would be a foam roller or a yoga block. We'll also need either a wall or a couch or something that you can kind of lean against a little bit. That's all we're going to need. This only takes 10 minutes, so we're going to hold each position for about 1 minute. Most important things today is going to be focusing on your breath and your core integrity. So I want you to make sure that you're not ever rounding too much, or I don't want you to feel a stretch in your back today, okay? We're gonna start in just about 10 more seconds. If you have a yoga block or a foam roller, get it close by. We're gonna get started today in a standing splits position. So we'll be standing, there we go, for 1 minute. So 1 foot in front of the other. If you have a yoga block or a foam roller, you can always put your hand on it for support. And all we're gonna do is just flow. So we're gonna go from the front leg, feeling a stretch in that hamstring and calf, to the back leg, feeling a stretch in this back hip. So you're just straightening this front leg and bending it. And move with your breath. And I want you to move at your own pace. So you can follow along with me. But really, every body is different. So you want to make sure that you're doing what feels good for you. We're going to be here about another 20 seconds. If it feels good as well, you can lean back slightly. You should feel a pretty wicked stretch in that hip. You can bring your toe off the ground, feel a pretty wicked stretch in that calf. Wicked. Okay, we got about 5 seconds left, and then we're going to switch sides. Cool. So just change which leg is facing forward. And we're going to do the exact same thing. Again, I don't want your arms doing too much of the work. Like, you can have a foam roller to put your arms on, but I want your legs really working. This is probably my favorite. Standing stretches are my favorite because they warm up your legs and they make your legs actually work. We're not just passively stretching, we're trying to keep this active. Another variation would be to rotate one way or the other if that felt good. Play around. See how it feels different with your body. Be able to find your own needs. You've got about 5 seconds left. Cool. Next position is going to be a side splits position. So you're just getting your feet nice and wide. Again, you can have a foam roller or a yoga block there for support. I don't want you to go as low down as you possibly can. I want you to go down until you feel just a little bit of tension. And then you can bring your hands down and think about squeezing your inner thighs. So really try to squeeze your legs. And we're just gonna hold this. So this can be a pretty uncomfortable position for a lot of people. If you find that your back is rounding, that you're kind of up like this and rounding like that, I want you to get either a foam roller or a yoga block and flatten your back. Cool? I don't want you stretching your lower back. I want you stretching your inner thighs. Got about 15 seconds left. Focus on your breath. Just 5 seconds. Cool, now slowly, I just want you to bring your knees down to the ground to a frog pose or a frog stretch. We're really gonna hammer these inner thighs because then it's gonna feel so good when we train our outer thighs or stretch. So in this frog position, my feet and my knees are in a straight line. I'm trying to crawl my hips as low down as I can get them, and then I'm slowly pushing my hips back. You want to breathe. Now it can feel really good to go side to side. It can also feel really good to squeeze your inner thighs. So imagine you're driving your knees into the ground to engage your inner thigh muscles. It can also feel really good to drive your knees off the ground. Imagine lifting your legs up off the ground. Maybe you get 1 inch lower. Got about 3 seconds left. Cool. The next stretch we're going to do is a couch stretch. So all you need is either a wall or a couch or just something you can put your leg up on. And so this knee is down, this foot is on the wall, and I'm up on my other foot. The goal being, I want to stretch out this hip. So in this position, you can imagine you're leaning this hip forward. The hip that's getting stretched, lean this hip through. Try to break through your knee and your shoulder. Lead with this hip. Now from here, you can bring an arm up and then just break your midline just slightly. Might also feel really good or intensify the stretch if you squeeze your glute muscle on the same side as the side getting stretched. This is the single stretch that fixed my lower back pain. I went to a doctor, got an x-ray. He said I was pretty fucked. I did this stretch for about 6 months, and now I'm completely healthy. Cool, we're gonna switch legs. We got 1 minute on the other side. Let's see, how many more intervals do we have? 3 more, okay. And the same principles apply, right? So if you're in this position and it's really too intense, move your knee a little bit farther away. It should be less intense. Also, you want to make sure that if you are in this position, you're not flexed at the hip, right? You don't want to be like this. This is not going to be stretching the hip as much. And it can be really painful, but I want you to extend your hips. I call this the anti-sitting stretch. Again, reach up, reach towards the ceiling, reach towards the sky, and then try and break your midline, cross your body just a little bit. You can also think about touching the ground with your opposite hand. Remember, you can squeeze your glute. We're only going to be here about 5 more seconds. Cool. Next position is going to be a pigeon stretch. So you're bringing this knee up, and then bring this back leg as far back as you can get it. Now, some people will feel some knee discomfort in this position, and what I recommend with that is actually digging your elbow into your leg a little bit. And so if you feel some knee discomfort, stop, ease back, and then see if you can kind of massage your leg down. I find a lot of knee pain comes from just torque in the knee, and if we can get this leg down and open up these hips just a little bit more, it puts it more on the hip and less on the knee. So just breathe. Gonna be here 20 more seconds. It might feel really good also to reach one way or the other. Always remembering to breathe. 5 seconds left. Cool. We're going to switch legs when you're ready. Same exact thing. And let's see, we got 2 more intervals. Perfect. Right from here. We're just stretching out those glutes. Again, something that I really like to do is to push this leg, kind of rotate my femur down towards the ground. I feel a really good stretch in my glute when I do that. I want you to start nice and upright. And then think about leading with your belly button towards the ground. And then the very last thing, if it feels good, is to round and come all the way down. Focusing on your breath. We've got 20 more seconds. Sometimes I also like to put prayer hands up like this. You can feel like a good stretch in your lats. We only got 5 seconds left. Cool. Our last position is going to be the side splits one more time. And so the side splits really hammer your inner thighs, your adductor muscles. And a lot of people who think that they have tight hamstrings actually have tight adductor muscles. And so focusing a lot on the adductor muscles will feel like it's loosening up your hamstrings, which is the goal. Again, not going as low as you possibly can, just going until you feel a stretch and then squeezing the muscle. If you can't quite get this low, you're using a foam roller or a yoga block to support yourself. Breathe, we're almost there. Got about 10 seconds left of this stretch session. Woo! we're done. Great job. So you should feel more flexible, a little bit more loose. Maybe your hips feel good. That's the goal. If you like this video, make sure you like the damn video. I'm going to be posting a lot more content like this in 2021. 2021 is going to be the year of YouTube, so stay tuned. And check in later for the next video. Have a great day.